Hello, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden, and welcome to Shifting Perspectives. So, this is something that when you find the right words and it all just clicks, it's like, oh, this is perfect. So, when you come into the sixth perspective and your hippocampus gets to that certain point and you tune into the energy field that's happening out there and you feel like all the frequency is ripping you apart. We talk a lot about authenticity, but what we're really doing that we're not saying, let's say it. We're talking about lying. How many lies are you living? How many lies have you told yourself? How many lies have you told other people? But really, how many lies have you told yourself? When you hook into the energy field, you literally become a lying detector. But it's not a lying detector like other people lying to you. Yeah, that's part of it, definitely. But it's more all the lies you've told yourself. And suddenly, every lie you've told yourself just starts to rip and shred you apart like it's like you're listening to 2 songs at the same time, and they are so incompatible, and suddenly your body and your own frequency can feel the vibrations, and it's separating, and it's just yeah, it's definitely feeling it. So, you literally become a human lie detector for yourself, and I have this lifestyle that I live, and I love it to pieces. Oh my god, do I. And everything in it is authentic. It has to be because if not, it feels like, well, my system goes off. And there's one particular person, ironically, the most important person in my life, is unaware of it because I have the most to lose if I were to step up and say, okay, we need to talk about all of this. So I started doing that, and it started to come out last night where I'm like, do you know what I do? And in all fairness, this is a project I began after he and I started dating. I hate the word dating. That's just so not the right frequency. And that's what I'm talking about. When you use a word, the word has a vibration to it. And if it's part of your vibrational frequency, it's part of your song, it fits. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. You know what? Facebook is just not part of my song. No matter how much I try and make it part of my song, it's just not going to be part of my song. So I really just need to give up Facebook because it has caused me more pain and more problems than anything else. So that being said, um, when you tune into that level of frequency and you are just that familiar with what feels right and what doesn't feel right, it's absolutely living true to your authenticity, true to your self-sailing system, which makes up your identity and your intuition. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about how this works. It's basically your identity and you being so tuned into what it is you want and where it is you want to go. Not how, but where you want to go, that your intuition steps in. And basically, your identity and intuition are supposed to move freely however they need. They have to do this. It's part of us. It's part of our frequency. It's part of our truth. It's literally honesty. And I'm going to do it, but the Bible says thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not lie. And I am not religious. And it's funny because when I first heard that Bible verse, I was like, everybody lies. Like what for me that one Ten Commandment was the one that was just like it felt so random. And we never really understood the problem with lying. You really don't understand the severity of it until you get to the sixth perspective. It's when you get into the sixth perspective that you finally go, oh, all those lies I've been telling myself, all those falsehoods, all those inauthenticities, because that's really what it is. When you're inauthentic, you're lying to yourself. And I talked a lot about this yesterday, but It's our parents who do the most lying. It's our parents who teach us to do the most lying. It's every time they say that we can't wear our hair a certain way or we can't dress a certain way, they're wanting us to lie to ourselves to accommodate their own agenda. I don't think I'm ready to do talking yet. I came onto a podcast yesterday and I did some talking, and then I stepped back and said, no, I need to think. And I thought I was ready and I was eager, and I jumped into this video like, let's do this because it's really awesome. But I still feel it. Authenticity. I'm tired of not being honest about certain things. Not lying, but my partner and I have suffered through some serious trauma. Prior to us meeting, we both learned one very valuable lesson. Horrific lesson. Love is not safe. I learned that lesson and he learned that lesson. So when we fell in love, it triggered both of us. I went into a full panic. He went into a full panic. The thing fell apart. We're absolutely in love, and we're both terrified of love. I pulled away and did all of my mental work. But I'm a psychologist, so I was able to do the mental work. He's not. So he's at a significant disadvantage when it comes to doing the mental work. And then he didn't understand any of it, while I understood all of it. So he insisted that we're friends, but didn't act like one. And that was inauthentic. And to accommodate his needs right now, I went along with it. And last night, I finally hit my breaking point. Not even last night. It was Sunday night. I hit my breaking point and I said, I can't be your friend because that's not who we are, because that's not our truth. And I had this shift. And then the shift that came after was this massive realization yesterday where I just couldn't figure out things. And then I did. And then this morning I woke up with all the right words and all the right orders. And I was finally able to say, we need to be realistic about what we are and what this is, because I'm a human lie detector. And that's when I realized a lot of us are. If you are a sixth perspective and higher, you are a walking lie detector. And when I realized that those were the words I've been needing to say to him, I am a human lie detector. I can feel when someone is not being honest with themselves. I can feel when I am not being honest with myself. Now, he knows I'm ethical. He knows that I can't get a 9-to-5 job because it's morally unethical, because I can't support the man, because they lie, they manipulate, they use people. And I walked away from that experience going, yeah, I walked away from that experience with a lot. Yeah, I did. So when I realized that I was a human lie detector, those words precisely, I went, that's a really good way of putting it. Other people could use those words as well. So yeah, when you hit the sixth perspective and your hippocampus hooks up, you become a human lie detector. But the first and foremost are the lies you tell yourself. Those are the ones that are going to become more transparent. That's authentic living. It's living without any bullshit or your lies. That's all it is. A lot of people walk around going, I want to live an authentic life. Do you know what that means? It means you can't do any more bullshit. You have to be totally honest with yourself. Naked honesty. It's raw and it's real and it's ugly. And it means you can't do avoidant behavior anymore. There's no room for avoidant. You can't do it. And the more avoidant you are and the more lying you are and the more dishonest you are, the more it just rips you apart. Now, I'm just going to say it. I am the most skilled energy reader I have ever met, except one person. There's only one person I've met who has surpassed me in the ability to read energy, and that's my partner. Except my partner is unaware of all of this. He's unaware of the frequency. He's unaware of the energy. He can't even feel the energy. Oh, he can feel it, but he doesn't understand what he's feeling, and he's gone numb to it because it hurts him so much. So he has total dissociation because he cannot feel the energy because it hurts him that much. And I get it because it hurts me that much. When I'm inauthentic, it literally creates insanity in me, and I end up in the mental hospital. So I don't have a choice but to be authentic and serve the energy, serve the frequency. And there's a lot of people who are trying to get to that point. And it's possible. It's very, very possible. But it requires complete and total shutdown of your subconscious mind, shutdown of your fear system, complete tuned in to your vibrational self-sailing system, your identity, your intuition, your ego. And it requires absolute pure dedication to honest living. You cannot bullshit yourself on any level, because the minute you bullshit yourself, it doesn't work. It does not work. It's literally a face-off between your fear system and you. And your fear system is screaming at you to go one direction with it. Your fear system is screaming at you that it's not safe enough to be authentic. And that's it. You're not safe enough to be authentic. That's the ultimate message that you get from your fear system. It is not safe to be authentic. And until you overcome that fear and put it in its place, you're going to be fighting it. And that's what we're all craving at the same time, is that authenticity, because it's in authenticity that your identity can be free. It's in authenticity that your intuition will be listened to. I'm not ready yet to come back online and talk. I need to still process and think. My intuition is telling me, no, show up, say hi to everybody, post your one video for the day, but you have stuff to do. You have work to do. And I'm going, yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. I have to network today. I have to talk to some people. Things are changing, and I have to change with them, because I can't. Authentic business practices is something that I'm constantly at conflict with, because I have a lot of people telling me that, oh, you want to go viral. Oh, you want to do this. Oh, you need to market. And every time I listen to that kind of advice, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, I get off the wrong path. And here's what it is. Yesterday, I did a video where I explained there are tiers. I explained this over on my Facebook account, where I explained tiers. There's about 8 tiers. Let me see if it's right here. Actually, yeah, it's right here. Here's my pyramid. These are my notes. So there's 8 tiers. Most people live right down here. This is your 9-to-5 job. And if you are looking to get your own job, your own career, your own Etsy account, whatever it is, this is going to put you here at this level. And this is where most people think. And for reference, the President of the United States is here and Trump is here, just to give you perspective. And Steve Jobs is here. This is where I'm trying to get to. That is where billionaires and philanthropists live. But not just all billionaires are up there. There's like 3 tiers of millionaires, 3 tiers of billionaires, and 3 tiers of common man. And that's it, really. There is the 3 bottom tiers of common man. That's your foundationals. That's where most everybody lives. That's where you get your 9-to-5, and then you get your CEO business, and then you'll never break $1 million, but you're a small business owner, and you might be a 6 perspective small business owner, but that's pretty much where you live. That's where the majority of the population is. That's not where I want to be. That's not where I am. And this is my problem. 99%, 100% of all of the garbage that's out there. When you go to business school, that's the garbage they give you. It's for that tier. When you're talking about marketing and sales and going viral, that's that level. That's that kind of garbage. That's not what I want. And then there's the next level up from that, which is where the millionaires are. Now, again, there's three kinds of millionaires. There's your millionaire. This is really interesting. Millionaire third perspective, millionaire fifth perspective. This is really interesting because I'm breaking it down now with my perspective stuff. So you have your third perspective or your fifth perspective millionaire, and you have your fourth perspective millionaire, and you have your fifth perspective millionaire. And then you get to the tier above that, which are your billionaires. And you have your third perspective billionaires. I don't even think that's possible. I really don't think that's possible. I think you definitely have fifth perspective billionaires, and you definitely have sixth perspective billionaires. But you also have something else, which is like a visionary billionaire. That's where your philanthropists are. These are billionaires who are thinking big. Now, people who live down in the fourth perspective don't understand this. They think there's them, millionaires, billionaires, the end. More specifically, they think there's you want to be rich. Oh, but you can be too rich and now you're evil. No, close-minded. No. Once you understand that there's like three tiers within each, and when you're talking presidency, when you're talking about who controls the world, that's all in that second tier. That's all your millionaires, your third, fifth, fourth perspectives in that third tier of millionaire. Steve Jobs is in let me give you a couple names. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk is in this group. This is the top tier, the billionaire group. Elon Musk, the dude who invented Facebook, is in this group. Oprah is in this group. J.K. Rowling is in this group. And yesterday I had a couple meetings with a few people who are in this group. People who are in Tony Robbins' circle. And they loved me and they brought me into it. It's a process. I have a meeting this morning at 9 o'clock with one of them. I have another 4 meetings this entire week and next week with people in this group. And we're talking world peace. We're putting our ideas together. I'm showing them Triadic Healing and they're going, oh my God. And I'm going, yeah, that's right. I've been invited to speak at some huge, huge events. And I'm going, that's right. And then I get this message from some guy on Facebook going, 900 videos and you're not even viral. And I'm going, yeah, you're a user. Thank you for showing your true colors. I won't be helping you. And I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the way it's all balanced. And it's the people who are in that top tier who are philanthropists with the billions. Those are the people who have the ability and who do change the world. It's not the presidency. That's not the top tier. That's fourth perspective thinking. And it's taken me a lot. It's taken me 2 years of interviewing people, going on dates with millionaires, talking to people, sitting down and exploring all of this stuff, pulling it apart, interviewing people, analyzing, network, getting answers, talking to so many millionaires and so many billionaires. And in my life, I've been mingling with people like this since I was 15 years old. It isn't who you know. It is not who you know. It's who you know and what you have to offer them. Because I've known these people since I was 15 years old. But if you have nothing, and that's it right there. They're kind to you. They see you and go, you've got a lot of good ideas. I'm going to keep you in my network. you have ideas. They collect people who are smart because they recognize talent, because they recognize we can help each other. And that's the mindset. When you get up to that point, that's the mindset. We can help each other out. So I've been on Facebook, and all I've been getting is the first tier, fourth perspectives, first tier, fifth perspectives. I get business to businesses messaging me with all of their offers, and I'm going, there are 3 tiers of business. You're in the first tier. I'm in the third tier. My ideas are definitely third tier ideas. And when I give first tier my ideas, which I did for a little bit, and I saw what they did with them, they went, wow. And they had the stars in their eyes. And I'm like, yeah, you're a fan, which is basically somebody who wishes and admires but can't. So then I went up to the next tier, and I saw a lot of the same thing of, wow, even though they were millionaires and they admired me, they had no idea what to do with my information. And I went, interesting, interesting. So that's the second tier. It told me that, yeah, I'm not talking to the right people. So then I went higher this week. I finally found that top tier. And I said, this is what I can do, and these are my ideas. And they went, we need to talk because I have my own. And I'm like, now we're talking. Now I'm on the right, I got my people. So I found my people this week. And it's the first time I was able to sit down and talk to them about my ideas and Triadic Healing and what I've got available. And they now know how to put it into action and help me put it into action. And I spoke to one gentleman yesterday. I love him to pieces. Oh my God, do I love him to pieces. And he loves me. And it's like a great, yay, we found our people. And I love it when the community clicks. And it was the first time in my life I was able to open up my brain and show somebody exactly who I am. And they appreciated my brain. And I felt that. And it was wonderful. And I said, I feel like I don't have to hide. I don't have to dumb myself down. I can just talk. So here it is. This is what I do. This is what I can do. This is my journey. And I told him my story. And he went, these are some names. And he gave me names. And I'm sitting here texting these people, name dropping. I name dropped for the first time this week. And I went, yes, name dropping. Yes. I'd read about these in books, and I imagined, and I was finally name dropping. And I watched it take place and just unfold. And I went, yes, this makes me very happy. And I finally found my energy, and I finally found my frequency, and it finally felt right. And so many people in that first tier have no idea this exists. And I'm finally at a point where there's the grind that's happening down at first tier. And there's the grind that's happening at second tier. And at third tier, there is no grind because you're using your brain. You are using your brain. But you really have to have a good idea. You have to have a really fucking good product. You have to really have a good idea. And when you have a good idea that is this good and you put it in the first tier or the second tier, all it does is blow everybody's mind. And you can see people starting to trickle in, and you're going, yeah. And then I talk to businesses and I tell them my statistics, and they go, you've only been doing this for how long? And I'm like, that's right. And I have not been doing any marketing because marketing is dirty. Marketing is not authentic. Marketing is for people who have no idea how to have good ideas. Marketing is for people who do not have original ideas, and they're trying to step up above the crowd with marketing instead of their idea. When the idea is so good, the idea stands out and does the marketing for you. It's called word of mouth. I don't know if I'm going to teach you how to do business yet. I'm definitely going to talk about it as I go along, and I'm going to show you this is how it's done. But I don't know yet if I'm going to sit down and actually show people how this is done. authentic business dealings, building an authentic business, is absolutely different than anything that's available out there. And if you think like a foundational, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to be a foundational. And if you think like a cultivator, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to be a cultivator. And if you are a visionary, it doesn't matter what you do, you will be a visionary. And that's really it. That's really it. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are being forced to live as foundationals when they're really cultivators. And I know there's a lot of cultivators and foundationals out there who are screaming inside because they're really visionaries and they're being held back. But they don't understand how much they're being held back because they're in a system and they're trapped. And that's just it. I have so many people who tell me, oh yeah, I'm out of the system. Are you? You really think you are? How's that mindset treating you? Because there's the environment, the subconscious mind, and the mindset. Now, you may have environmentally gotten out. You may have subconscious mind gotten out. But if you haven't mentally gotten out, you're not out. And this is the difference. Understanding that the business dealings is also in the perspective psychology. That if you are still grinding away and you are feeling like you are so much more, it's because you are so much more. If you feel like, I told you, you're a human lie detector and you're starting to tune into it and you're aware of it, but you're not able to put your finger on it because we have been using the wrong words. There is nothing I have less tolerance for than a fourth perspective foundational or a third or second perspective foundational not valuing who or what I am. And I'm at a point where I'm going to close the door on them and just put up a boundary, a big one. So that I'll talk to cultivators and I'll work with cultivators. But the fourth perspectives, the foundationals, I believe I am officially done with them because cast not thy pearls before swine. Yeah, I'm there. I think the text I got this morning was my last straw. And I saw that text literally as I hit go live and I saw that and I walked into this video feeling and then I just went, And I'm going, why are you letting it get to you? Well, because you reached out to help somebody, Anna, and the first thing he did was be rude and shat on you. That's why. It's okay to feel upset about that. You reach out to help someone and they spit in your face. Be upset about that. It's okay. Yeah, I'm going to. Because I'm human and that's authentic. I'm not immortal and I don't have dragon skin. And I'm not sitting here pretending like, oh yeah, I just let it roll right off of me because I have all this shit figured out. No, that's not authentic. Just because you're an expert doesn't mean you're not human. Just because you are an expert does not mean you're human or not human. It does mean that you have awareness when shit happens to you. That's the difference between being an expert and not. The expert just knows why and when the shit happens. But you still feel the same. You just have much better management over it. And because this is all about authenticity, I'm going to talk to you about it to show you, hey, this happened this morning. It made me feel like this. It's not a guarantee that you're going to walk away inhuman. Is that what you're seeking? Really ask yourself that question. Is that what you're seeking? To shed your humanity? Do not confuse mastery and expertise with a lack of humanity. You really do not have a realistic understanding of what expertise and mastery are if you think that is the case. Psychologists are not psychologically healthy sometimes. Wealthy people and financial masters of wealth get broke sometimes. The difference is when they go broke, they know exactly why and how to recover. They know exactly which error they made and how to correct it so it doesn't happen again. And because we're human, they know that it will most likely happen again, which is why they need multiple sources of income. Because we're human. Are you seeking for your lack of humanity? If you love shit like this, like, subscribe, follow, share, comment below. Let me know part of the show resonated with you. And donate to the garden, help the garden grow. And if you want to become part of the DIY Triadic Healing, go ahead and click on that link below and look for Getting Started or Get Started with Triadic Healing. It is free for now. I'm being told that it shouldn't be, and I'm still working on that. So it is free for now. So go ahead and grab Triadic Healing while I have it available. I offer one-on-one consultation, so I will give you a one-on-one walkthrough. It is extensive. And you are looking at, I want to say, about 8 weeks, and your life will be completely turned around and you'll be authentic. That is for my one-on-one walkthroughs only. And if that is something that interests you, click on the below. You'll have the option and directions in the Get Started area to determine what happens next. And I also have membership if you are wanting the integration workshop with the DIY Triadic Healing. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.